Today's guest is a comedian, writer, and performer who's been sharpening his voice on stages since he was just 14 years old. Raised in Harlem and shaped by New York's comedy scene, he's built a career that blends sharp social commentary with deeply personal storytelling. You may have seen him on Netflix, Comedy Central, Starz, Chew TV, or Kevin Hart's LOL Network. But what really sets him apart is how intentional he approaches the craft. From traditional comedy albums to experimental specials like Darkout, he's constantly pushing himself to find new ways to connect with audiences. He's someone who's done the grind, hundreds of shows a year, while still asking bigger questions about identity, timing, vulnerability, and what comedy is actually for. Please welcome to the podcast, Neko White.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go,
man.
Nico.
Wow.
How was that?
I'm teary-eyed, man. I was looking around. Who the fuck is that? The hell is he talking about? That sound nice, don't it?
That was a good one, man.
That was real good.
That was good,
And then,
man.
of course, we had, the light of melanin mess up the whole thing. They couldn't just let me have my moment. I'm over here all teary-eyed like, military really did that intro for me. He don't usually put words together like that. And here you go with fucking Love Jones playing out your phone. Man, you can always count on them, boy. They can never. Oh. And I knew he was trouble when he walked in, just cultural appropriating and shit.
Goddamn Puerto Ricans.
Goddamn Puerto Ricans.
Oh man.
Hey, but real talk, man. Thank you for that. That was very, very nice. Comics with anything that sounds like a compliment, we feel like we don't deserve it, but thank you for that. I'm honored to be here with y'all, man.
Appreciate
Congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
I know Amir from he used to do a podcast with me, and then they let me go. But yeah, man.
That's a whole other story.
That's a whole other story we'll get into later.
Okay.
But I love this guy. I'm happy to be here. And when you hit me up for this, you did a lot of shit that people that I'm cool with, I don't like when they do.
Yeah,
don't over-explain to me when you want me to do something. Like, if I fuck with you, just be like, yo.
Just say it.
Yeah, like, hey, man. I got a joint, man. He did all this extra explaining,
Like before you say no, at least
bullet points and shit. It's like, bro, it's us, man.
Keep it simple, all right? Keep it simple. We good out here.
But I'm honored by that introduction, man. Thank you very much. So I'm glad to be with y'all. It's nice to meet you two brothers.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Congrats with everything. And hey, man, however y'all want to drive the car, I'm in it with you. So
All right, bet. Mike, do you
Yeah.
want to start the first question, or do you want me to just start off the first question?
I'll let you start because you got the heavier questions.
Once you figure it out. Yeah, I do.
You got the
Okay.
heavier, so I'll
Okay,
let
so
you
we
go
usually
ahead.
break this up into like tougher questions and then light questions.
Okay.
So before we did light questions and tougher questions.
okay.
So Mike reformatted the whole thing to do the tough questions up top,
Mm-hmm.
and you end on a good note.
That's fine with me.
Whatever else happens.
So
afterwards.
so I just asked for one favor. If you get to ask me tough questions, I get to ask some back.
Yeah,
Of course.
Okay, bet.
Of course.
All right, so I'll start. What's it like to kill people?
Well, I've never actually done it in real
Oh,
life.
okay.
Only-
Yeah, he's ex-military, by the way. And ever since
only
I
in
met him.
simulations.
Yeah.
And on the
only
range?
in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
simulations.
No, I will give you guys a story, right?
Okay.
So we were deployed and we were doing range
This
work.
is my fault because I was only kidding when I said any of that. And only because I knew he was going to be ready. Like, just look at this nigga. He ready. Whenever your toes point out like that from your kneecap, you ready to really dig in.
Oh,
So
shit.
I love you. I was just playing with you, but
The floor is yours. Now you better tell the story now. Now you better tell it.
It actually wasn't me. It was the other.
Hey, Amir, since we all being honest, you got to take that hat off, man. There you go. Yeah.
It is kinda hard in here, though.
Derek White in this motherfucker, baby. Yeah.
Wait, how much you made last year?
Yeah. Talk about you got serious questions there.
Oh, motherfucker, you gonna bring serious
Yeah.
questions? Oh, my man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Is that
Yeah.
AC on? I'm crying.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to do.
Oh
we
my
can
God.
start however you wanted. That's literally all I wanted to do.
Appreciate
You got two ACs on. It's not enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
That's all I
Yeah.
wanted to do.
Today.
All right, now let's
is
get
a
sentimental.
Yeah.
show. Oh, here we go.
Go ahead,
Wait, no,
man.
I want to hear the killing story. Wait, what
Oh, no,
happened to the-
I don't want it. Nah, I don't want it. I was only messing
Nah, you
around.
opened the door already.
Yeah, you
gotta
open
hear
that
it now.
door.
Now we gotta
You gotta
hear it.
walk through it.
Nah,
Or
'cause-
barge through it.
Well, see, the thing is, like, he's actually a military veteran,
Mhm.
and my brother's ex-military, so I have a lot of respect for him for that. But he never killed anybody. This all stuff we went over and last thing we worked on. It's just funny to know that he was about to pontificate so deeply. Oh. And now I just want to take him away from that. That's all. That's all. I really just want...
Just dangling in front of him.
Just to put it in people's mind, like, you don't know who you fucking with. Like, don't let this smile and composure fool you. This is...
John Wick is in this.
I'm just saying.
You know what's funny about that?
I'm just saying.
You know what's funny about that? Last week, a podcast on 17, they had Keanu Reeves as a guest.
Oh, who's that?
I'll show you when we get up there.
Who's Keanu Reeves?
John Wick, The Matrix.
Oh, okay. I'm the worst movie buff that ever exists. I've never seen The Matrix and all that stuff. So, pardon me, world. That's my fault. Sorry, Keanu.
Yeah, they had him on the podcast.
Shoot. That's dope as hell.
Who the fuck was the engineer? And why didn't they say something in the group chat?
Word.
Right.
Let us know he here.
They just wanted to flex, be able to say they got him.
Crazy. No one did. I definitely would have been there with pictures in the group chat.
Just want to say they were the first ones to just, to come across him.
Yeah, and have them in the building, man.
You know?
I just don't know. If they want us to find out, they're going to yell at someone.
Oh, shit.
So we're going to start off with... Damn. We're going to start with question 1.
Okay.
All right, Nico. So you started doing stand-up at 14.
Yeah.
What were you trying to understand about the world back then? And how has comedy helped you process those same questions as an adult?
Okay, what was I trying to understand about the world back then?
When you first started comedy at 14, what were you trying to understand about the world?
That's deep. I'll be honest with you. I'd be lying if I said I knew, right? Because I was too young to have that all figured out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to make up an answer for you. Back then, when I started, I had no idea that was ever going to be something that I did, right? Growing up, I was I'm weird like this. Of like, it was you're your one self, right? But you're multiple things at the same time. Of like, at home, even from the time I was a baby, I could talk way early, right? So whenever you're supposed to be able to speak, I was a little bit ahead of that, right? And ever since I could talk, I started off mimicking, right? And like, if you said something around the house, I would repeat it back, right? And ever since I was really little, there was something about making people laugh that kind of stuck with me. So my mom would tell me stories like I was a baby. I was in the walker still. And I would hear what they would say around the house. I pull up to my grandfather's door and I would relay it back to him what everybody was saying, curse words, everything. Whatever words I could understand.
He was missing no detail.
Yeah. And he was like the window right there. He would sit there, he'd feed the birds from window. He'd just sit there and laugh, right? He thought it was the funniest thing ever. Now I look back at that. I wasn't conscious back then, but like even that's a way of performing, right? So we talking, I was doing that young as a baby. Right. So now you take that and you go from, okay, when I got into elementary school and things like that, I was a shy kid, man. I'm not, and when I tell people that, they kind of like, no way. But it's like, nah, yeah, I was a shy kid. I never went to pre-K or anything like that. So going straight into kindergarten, I was like, what you mean? I'm not with my family?
And I gotta stay here.
And I gotta be here with you people? I don't know these stink ass adults, all these badass kids. I don't even really want to be here. But I was always able to like make people laugh. And I wasn't the class clown, never that. I was more of a smart aleck. Like, if you said something to me, I'm gonna say something back. It might, people go, damn.
All right.
That was a little harsh, you know? And then that grew into when I got into like 3rd, 4th grade, when we would write stories and things like that. I always had the story that was funny. And it got to be a thing where kids started asking for me to share my stories during class when it was read aloud time, right? So whatever that thing was, that relationship of like doing something, getting the laugh, I really appreciated it. And it just so happened that every sitcom we watched was comedian-led. Stand-up was always on. I always noticed it. My earliest memory being I was 3, my dad was watching Martin Lawrence, He's So Crazy. And he, he pops, he on the couch, he sleep, one eye open and shit. So now Martin Lawrence, who kind of built my sense of humor, Martin was on stage using that black leather that had the like the peace symbol on it. And he was talking about white people. And he said, like, you brought us to this motherfucker. We was in Africa chilling. And then he did this act out. He's like, andala, 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 I'm 3 years old. I'm laughing my ass off. I don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know why he's talking about it. But what he did stuck with me. I'm talking about, I remember that day right now from 3 years old. So now when I leave, I ain't gonna talk about leaving. When I'm in middle school, right? 6th grade was easy. 6th grade, I was popular, all that type of stuff. 7th grade could have been easy, but I had a bully, right?
And I'm gonna try you.
But not even try. Like this little short nigga Corey was like evil. You know what I'm saying? Like you know that kid that, and I don't know how he ended up in the future. I hope not well, but like it's one of them things where it's like he was evil. Remember that evil-eyed kid? The eyes was always like this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking, right?
We always have that one in the back of the room. Always. Oh my.
I can't. I ain't gonna put that on him. He wasn't crusty nose. That motherfucker was like just a hood demon that like had these eyes. Like he was looking for something that left.
That was the original YN.
Say that word.
Yeah, like his dad. So now it was brutal, dog. So like I come from a family of people that like, because I never told my parents or anything like that was the case, right? Because if I would have, I don't come from a family of people that would put up with that. Right. And it's like I would have been fighting every day. His parents would have been fighting every day. And it's like he rolled. I'm from the Bronx in Harlem, but like in the Bronx, he had a crew of like 10, 15 kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't get niggas from Harlem all the way up here to Teller Avenue. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, damn. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, I went to 145, MS 328.
Hey.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
1,000 Teller Avenue, New Millennium Business Academy. So it's like, and Corey was one of those like, just, again, he scared me because the motherfucker was short and evil. You know what I'm saying?
Napoleon complex on 1,000.
He had it bad, dog. And whatever it was about me, he just didn't like me, right? So now, I cut class for 33 days, right? And I remember they sent the letter to my house and shit, right? So I got to spanking and all that, but I never told my parents what you was doing, right? So now, after that, I was like, well, fuck it. It can't get no worse than that. So I remember I went back to school and I ain't gonna lie, I did some shit to get back at him. Like, there was a teacher, shout out Miss White. I can't believe I'm even telling this story. This can stay on the pod, but don't clip it. I don't need this clip.
Copy.
But I remember Miss White had her grade book, right? And she had all the problem kids' phone numbers and shit, right? So I took the whole grade book, right? Took it home, took it to the house. I knew how to use *67 for the private number. Nigga, I called Corey moms and started laying down the law. And because I was so young, I had no bass in my voice. So I sounded like one of the real housewives from Atlanta, nigga. So now, I'm acting like Miss White. Like, yeah, because that was her name. I'm acting like her. I'm like, yeah, your son's a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Giving the whole run through.
I'm giving the whole run through. And I remember her being like, you doing this, that, and the third. Like, I'm not doing this, that, and the third. Yeah, that was me, nigga. That was me, nigga.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Let's hope Corey don't see this.
I'm grown to shit now. Yeah. We'll both be going to jail or worse. So now, because when you go through that shit, like it become a thing, and it's something I had to temper down as years went on. Of like, when you get bullied, when you finally decide like, oh nah, that ain't happening no more. Right. You mean that ain't happening no more on some shit like you might have
under
to hurt
any
me.
Circumstance.
You might have to hurt me before another motherfucker bully me.
Right.
Shout out to him. He got that back in 7th grade, but like ever since then, I've never went through that. Because like once that was done, I was
that was
like,
it. Never again.
Never again. I'm never feeling like that again. Right. So now 8th grade come along. 8th grade was cake, and I remember. Because like I said, I only had one bully. I wasn't scared of the rest of you.
Right.
That little short motherfucker had the devil in him.
Right. You can tell the evil.
Oh, yeah, no. You can feel it. Right. Like, he's going to hell. But I remember one of his friends must have thought it was sweet. And it's like, and that was another thing. It was like an identity crisis because I'm not a punk.
Right.
I've never been a punk.
Right.
Like, but it was one of those things where I remember this kid I think his name was DJ. And mind you, he was much bigger than Corey ever was. This is 8th grade now, right? And he thought I remember my little junior high school girlfriend and shit. I had my little iPod and whatnot. He thought he was going to take my iPod, and he thought it wasn't going to be no fight about that. Nigga, in what world?
That ain't happening.
No, never.
That ain't happening.
Because I'll tell you this, even Corey ain't never take no property from me.
Right.
You think you about to take my iPod?
Nah.
I don't know if you can tell by these headphones stapled to my neck. I really like my music.
That's right.
So I remember me and him fought in the hallway. And you know how when like that whole, like his whole, the class of bullies,
Right.
like they all like, what?
Wait, he pointing in his work.
Huh?
Oh, shit.
Nah, how? This should be. It's like, yeah, I've never been.
Right, I ain't no pussy.
I've never been that. I don't know what you thought.
Right.
Like you roll with 30 people.
Right.
I'm scared of the 29.
9, not the 1.
Not the 1.
Right, I'm with you.
So now that's junior high school, and then like just coming up in the part of Harlem I came up, it's like everybody's funny, and we all saw so much. You know what I'm saying? Like that 2005 through 2011 group of kids that we all hung out around my neighborhood, we saw a lot, man, like a lot. And to have to absorb all that shit and keep smiling, you know, you find your way. You know what I'm saying? But I've always been funny. So then I get to high school. This is okay. I'm going fast. Before I get to high school, we go on a paintball trip, right? Before the school year gets started. And it just so happened on our way back on the bus, we watching Martin Lawrence Run Tell That, right? Okay. Again, don't know, you know, this gonna mean anything.
Right.
But I remember watching it and absorbing it, right?
Okay.
We had a neighbor that summer. This is the summer of 07. So you graduate junior high school in June, whatever. Then we're about to start
High school.
Yeah. Because let me see. Because you started 9th grade. So it's 2007. So now that summer, remember bootleg DVDs was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had a neighbor in my building. Shout out to Miss Cynthia. They were on their way. They were moving, right? So they had this giant, like 10-gallon Glad garbage bag of bootleg DVDs, bro. And they brought it upstairs and they gave it to us. So now I had all these DVDs. So I'm looking through them, looking for the porn, right? So now I find...
Get to the nitty-gritty.
It is what it is, bro. So now I'm looking through shit, and then I find Cat Williams' Pimp Chronicles Part 1, right?
Classic.
I would fight in... I would say that's top 5 specials to come out in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And it's not 5.
Yeah, of the century. This century.
Yes. He really put in work. And it was something about how he did it. Like all the things that I like. I love rap. I love wrestling. I'm from Harlem. I don't like people that don't have confidence. Right. I don't like all that, super self-deprecating, I ain't shit. Nah, we don't got time for that. I grew up in a place where niggas was broke, was pissing the elevators, and motherfuckers still think they fly. Exactly. And they're still fly. Like the smile through those situations, Cat was a revelation for me of like, he was everything kind of wrapped in one. And that special was 45 minutes of, I'm not fucking around.
Yep.
I'm not fucking around. Every joke is hit. Like when you watch that crowd and you see these people going like this, and it's the way he hitting them. It's like boom, boom, bow, boom, boom, bow. So I watched that shit so much that my PlayStation left a ring on it.
Oh fuck!
I watched it that much, and like just the way he was going in and out of ideas and shit of like. The whole thing about insurgents, the whole thing about
insurgents and came in the house.
The way he came back to that idea, but when I don't think people go into how profound it was to say, tell me what the Iraq uniform looked like. That real simple line is so deep because you don't realize until you say it. Like, shit, I don't know.
No. Ain't never seen
we
it.
ain't killing they army. We are killing them. So like just those kind of big ideas being, it's like the medicine and dog food, right? Of like the way he masked it. I thought he was doing some genius level shit. So, and this is all before I got to school that year. So now I get to high school, very first day, it's me. You know, you meet your very first friends and stuff like that. So I met a kid named Rodney. Me and Rodney are still close to this day. And we kind of sound alike. You know what I'm saying? Like our voices sound a lot alike. And Rodney's super funny, super funny in conversation. So I remember thinking to myself, there's a girl named Crystal, and the only kid that it came from my junior high school to my high school is a kid named John. So me and John only know each other. So me and Rodney become cool like from the start of the day. And it's me, Rodney, John, this girl named Crystal. And we all, talking shit or whatever. Everything Rodney's saying, Crystal is dying laughing, right? Everything I'm following up with, she's like, so Rod, what you talking about, right? So, well, it's how it be.
I mean,
it's how it be. So I'm like, yo, high school is going to suck. Because I ain't never been one that felt like, yo, I got the most game. Best looking, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, I can always make him laugh and I get him that way. But the way he killing, I'm like, well, shoot, my niche is gone. This is some bullshit, right? It just so happened, maybe the next day, because we did orientation, whatever. We come back for the first official day. And the way they did in my school was you had gym for 3 days and advisory for 2 days, or you had gym for 2 days and advisory for 3 days. So advisory was just like, really just like a free period of like your homeroom teacher, you all in there with them, and she picks however she wants y'all to be productive.
Got you.
Miss Richardson, shout out to her. She was like, does anybody have a talent? A girl named Esther went up, she sang a song. As she's sitting there, not sitting there, as she's standing there singing a song, something in my mind said, go tell jokes. So I raised my hand, Ms. Richardson let me go up. I do like 5 to 6 minutes, and I do it on the day that we had, first day of school. I remember I had a teacher allergic to chalk and how crazy I thought that was.
That is bug. What?
Yeah. She would shake hands like at the top of the day, and shout out to Miss Kesri, because when you think about it, to be allergic to chalk, teaching on a chalkboard, it's actually real dedication.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially we in the Bronx, and people can be unruly. It's like to go to school up there. And I went to Evander. I went to Bronx High School for Right Communication
I'm so sorry to hear
Arts.
that, man.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Man,
but it wasn't Evander. It was Bronx High School for Right Communication Arts.
Yeah.
Okay, even better.
But it's one of those things where it's like, she was dedicated. You know what I mean? So I went about that, we had a teacher named Miss Green that was real voluptuous and all that. It's like, it's going to be hard to learn with that, right?
Right.
And then I ended my set talking about white people. And then it went really good. It went really, really good. Whatever that feeling was of telling a joke, getting that reaction,
of course.
And they seemed like they liked it so much, I fell in love immediately. Now, for the record, I never wanted to go to college. My big brother had been in college, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when I heard the debt you could be in and all that, and I was sick of school even then, you know what I'm saying? So when I found that, I really, really enjoyed it, and I just kept doing it. So Ms. Richardson would put me up a couple times a week, right? And then from there, I remember she asked me, have you ever done an open mic? I didn't even know what those were. So this is September 14th, 2007 when I first went on. It's either the 14th, it might even be a week earlier, because I think we started school earlier than that, but I always registered the 14th. So whatever the case, keep doing it. That's September through December. In January, me and Rodney started doing like every now and again, once a month show where kids would get their lunch upstairs, bring it down to room 246 or 236, and we would do a show. We'd split the show. I'd go first, he'd go second, blah, blah, blah. So now I kind of sharpened my sword doing that, like doing it in school. And it's like, we talking about kids in the Bronx, man. I got one of the tougher crowds, but
ain't nothing funny.
We making it work and they enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Some people even starting to look forward to it. You get what I mean? So that built my confidence. You couldn't tell me that I'm not funny, because I even back then, I knew that this crowd that I'm in front of is not a weak crowd.
Right.
They not just giving it up. We don't know each other yet. They don't got no reason. We all freshmen. They don't got no reason to like me.
In a heartbeat.
Yes. Shit, I got booed at Winterfest 2008. It's all good. I was hosting and I killed up top. Because, you come out as a host, do your set up top. I killed that. Somebody was late, one of the not dancers in that way, but somebody was supposed to do a dance performance, and I don't think they showed up on time, so they wanted me to do a couple minutes. I'm fucking 14. I think, okay, my joke about, what was it? is it hemophilia, whatever the shit is, where you can't get a scab if you cut yourself or whatever. I had a joke about that, and it didn't go over, right? So I got a couple booze spattered out in the auditorium. That was it.
Right.
So it's like, you can't lie to me. And I've always been like that. Like, you can't lie to me. If you tried to tell me I'm not funny, it's like, by that point, I had been on stage about 50, 60 times. And I had good to decent to good sets 40 to 45 times. Right? So I'm not delusional.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't nobody here like me enough to lie to me.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's
It ain't your parents here lying to you. Right.
No, these,
Ain't no,
bro,
get out there telling jokes for the kids. And
Right.
They would be more like, man, shut this motherfucker
get
up.
out of here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even think that your teacher would even put that much investment if that's the case. If you wasn't even, you know,
hell no.
Exactly. Do you feel me?
Why would I stop my class?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's the point.
I was able to get a lot of confidence built up. Then when I started on the open mic, because I thought, you know, if I come do an open mic and kill it, I could retire. Like, legit, I thought that. Then I did my first open mic. It was the High Comedy Club, and shout out HP, he was hosting. I think I was number 21 or 22. And I've always had I have a really good sense of humor. Don't take much to make me laugh. I'm having a great time. Right? Now I'm dressed up like I'm an adult and shit. I got a Kangol on. I got my Easter outfit on and shit. Right? So now everybody else is getting whatever they getting. People ain't really laughing. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with everybody? These people ain't not funny. Right? And I'm like, whatever. When I go up, it'd be different. Right? I go up, I bomb. I had never bombed like that before. Of like
nothing hit.
Nothing hit. The biggest reaction I got, my closing joke about one of my cousins leaving a turd in the toilet was the reaction I got was, ha!
Damn. Oh.
Did you get a?
No, none of that, nigga. You can hear the ice melting.
Damn.
Yeah. Like I said, the biggest reaction I got was, ha! But even then, I was like, well, if that's the worst that it can be,
it's only up from here.
Let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Cause I know it even back then. It's not because some people try to be like, oh, it's cocky. It's not cocky. I've proven to myself with enough repetition that I do this thing. If it didn't work this one time, I bet I'll come back and see what happened. Came back, sure enough. And then so on and so forth. Start learning more about the thing, learning how you can rise and just working my way to rise. So I don't know what I was trying to find out about the world as much as I was trying to find out about myself. You know what I mean?
So it was a journey.
Yeah.
It's like an unintentional journey that you were on.
Very much so. And not to be corny, but it's like, I would, on the positive side, it's a calling of like, I legit was sitting there with no intention of ever doing anything like this, right? And then when I'm watching this girl sing the song and something came to me and said, go tell jokes. I raised my hand on a whim. You know what I'm saying? I could have sat there and I did nothing.
Right.
So
Changed the whole trajectory of your...
It changed everything.
Life, yeah.
I'm 32 years old now. I've been doing stand-up more years in my life than I haven't been.
Right.
And I've only ever done stand-up.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Harlem and in comedy clubs. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I understand my thing. I feel like it's my favorite topic. You get me to talking about it, I will keep you there. You know what I'm saying? I've had strong opinions on it ever since I first started. And I feel like I work really hard. I don't half step. When it comes to the stage work, I put in the work. When you see me, I always got one of these. You know what I'm saying? I'm always in the lab. I'm always trying to, when I'm on stage, give the people their money's worth, whatever that means. So I still don't know what I'm trying to figure out about the world, and I kind of don't want to find that out yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hope by the time it's all said and done, I'll be able to answer that question for you. But right now, it's too early because I ain't figured out nothing yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's all a journey. I don't know nothing. This is my first time being alive as far as I know. So I take it as it comes, man. I'm just happy to be a part of it for real.
So,
That's good.
You have
I was gonna say is when you was 14 and you tell your parents like, I want to go to the comedy club and I want to be a stand-up comedian. What was their reaction when you told them that?
So it's a couple things. First of all, I didn't tell them necessarily anything for a minute. You know what I mean? I was just doing it. Because remember, I'm doing it in school.
Right.
I don't got to leave school to do it. So it's like, I don't got to tell y'all anything yet.
Right.
When I start doing the open mics in March or whatever, I'm already getting $5 or $10 a day just to go to school. A mic costs $5. So I would go like literally my second ride on my bus pass. I wasn't coming back home. I was going straight to the open mic.
Right.
What the fuck? I wish.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Hilarious.
That's in New York. Word.
Fuck, man, it's getting paid to go to school.
That was just the bacon, egg, and cheese money, bro.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't know what was going on in your house, but I ain't give you $5. I get it. It'd be rough out here.
Nigga, give me a cat with me. Call it Cujo. Like, yo, here. Oh, you want to go to the store? Here, we got something close. Here, go with the cat. All right.
But it was one of those things where it was like, you know, my second ride on my bus pass, I'm going downtown to go to whatever open mic. Now, if I wanted to go back home, I could be home before 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of questions asked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then when I told my parents that I was doing stand-up, like my mom had heard me say it, and I don't know how much she believed me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because you were a kid. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm a
one of those
kid.
things you
Right.
say when you're young.
yeah, it's like, yeah, you could be doing stand-up, but also it's like, for all I know, my mom probably thought I had like a little weed habit. And I ain't smoked weed until like 2019. But it's like, I'm asking for $5, $6 every day, right? But like on top of the $10 I'm getting. And like, what the hell you all right, $5 or whatever. But then I invited them to a show, right? I was doing a show at the Creole Lounge on 119th and 3rd Avenue. And when they came to the show, I killed. You know what I'm saying? Like I did really, really well that night. So their first time seeing me do the thing, they didn't see me do bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't see me struggle. They saw me
It's all
hit.
success.
So it was more polished. It was more put together.
They just saw me hit. I ain't gonna say that it was so polished because I was still only, I think then maybe 15. This 2008, August 2008.
Right.
So I don't know how polished it was, but I was, man, fuck all that. I was dope. You know what I'm saying?
It's in their eyes that they already seen you. Like
Not even that they seen it.
Exactly. Yeah.
They saw me do something that I enjoy.
Right.
They didn't see me fail at it. You get what I'm saying? And they saw me stand toe to toe with the other adults on the show.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you held your own.
The closing comedian that night is the only comedian that had a better set than I had that night. Her
Right.
name was Dawn B, and she murdered that shit. Right? I did good to great for what's expected of me at that time.
Right.
She murdered just unanimous.
Right.
No caveats.
Right.
Right. So now from that, you know, I just kept doing it. I remember when I made the decision I didn't want to go, you know, to college and all that shit. And I remember I called my pops, and I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting him to say what he said. He was like, look, man, you like it? All right. You gonna go hard? That's all I asked for. Because my pops only ever wanted, like he said, he only ever wanted to make money. You know what I'm saying? So whatever job he had to do that,
he was gonna do it.
He did it. Right? I found something that I really have a passion about. They didn't kill that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They let
That's
that.
so important.
They allowed you to pursue it.
They let that be.
Right.
And for that, I'm super appreciative. Like, no matter how it goes, no matter how you gauge success, it, you know, if I die tomorrow, I got to do what I wanted to do.
Right.
I didn't get to do what motherfuckers told me to do. I picked my path. I stayed on it.
Right.
That has its ups. That has its downs. When it's down, it's down. You know what I mean? Don't think it's always pretty. It's a lot to come with that shit. Like, one of the things last year, right? One of the things that I did the most different, I made time for the most other people than I have in a very long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being so focused on, you know, your thing, the movement of your thing. Like, I'm selfish in that way. Like, I've been very selfish about my pursuit of my thing.
Right.
And things that I let in conjunction with it. I closed a whole bunch of doors like I'm good on all that. And it's a bunch of shit like, I'm still good on all that.
Right.
But I made more time for friends that I hadn't seen in like 10, 15 years. I made more time for family. Like, I went to events and not just funerals.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Of like, I made myself available for more of my friends. So, you know, again, I don't know what it's taught me about the world as much, but I'm happy to be a part of what I'm a part of, man. And I really do like the art form. I really do. I really, really do. And like, I think I'm creative. I really don't think I feel like if you take my work and you compare it, you ain't disappointed in what I gave you, no matter what you compare it to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No matter, you take my projects, put up against anybody's, I stand with mine because I know if nothing else, I performed with urgency.
Mm-hmm.
I performed like I wanted you to know that I care. And in everything, because I don't got the most views, I don't got all that. I don't really care to do the social media thing. But it's one of those things where I feel like if you go and you look at my work actually and you absorb it, I think I know what you'll leave saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think I'm inferior to anybody. I never thought that.
Right.
Sorry. But yeah, man.
So
I don't know if I answered any of the questions.
No, you
but-
did. You
okay.
did.
in so many different words.
Okay.
Yeah, in so many different words. So,
sorry.
No, you good.
do you want to go?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So you're killing over, like, locally and everything. How long until you realize, or until it just like it gets you where you're like, you know what? I think I'm ready for going out of state. Like,
Okay.
how long until that happens?
So the road started kind of like, the road just happened. So like you got places like New Jersey, Connecticut, and all that stuff that's just like right around here.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I probably, there's a lot of places I probably wouldn't go without comedy, right?
Gotcha.
So my very first road gig was Lancaster, PA, and I'm working with John Witherspoon, right?
Damn, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Real cool,
Pops.
real cool guy.
Yeah.
Classic. And even my first road gig, I remember, I got paid in sneakers. You know what I'm saying? We was doing this show for this drug dealer out there in Lancaster, and it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
The rest is history.
It is what it is.
And I didn't necessarily ask, what my pay and all that was
Right.
going to be. So when we all get out there, we all go to like a clothing store, and the guy bought sneakers for like everybody's stuff just before John Witherspoon got there and all that.
Right.
But he bought sneakers and whatnot. And I remember it was like 400 black people that came out to the convention center in Lancaster. And John Witherspoon's super cool guy, did nothing but tell stories. Classic dude. Classic dude. It was me, JP Justice, Shantae Wayans, Nick Alexander, and John Witherspoon. And the show went really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, in 2011, I started getting asked to come out to headline some places, right? So the first person I ever worked on the road was Danny Camacho. We go a couple spots and whatnot. Then things just so happened to build. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, I can't even say that I looked for it necessarily as much as it just happened.
Right. Exactly.
And then like, your friends and stuff like that, y'all start going around, driving places and whatnot. So, it just kind of just spiderwebbed. There's so much I didn't plan because I'm walking into this with no knowledge. I thought you had to go to college to do what like Martin and all those guys did.
Right.
I found out that you didn't have to. You get what I'm saying? I found out you could just steer your car the way you want to steer your car.
Right.
And that's an ever-changing mind fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely your car. And stand-up is weird in a way of like, it's a single-man team sport. You know what I mean? Of like, we're all solo acts, but we all kind of need each other. Like the show I was telling you about, the Creole Lounge. Don B, if I'll meet Don B that night, there's a lot of my career that goes differently.
Right.
Because meeting her, she told me about Donnell Rollins having a show at the Laugh Lounge, right? So when she told me that, she told me Ashley Larry. So believe it or not, I didn't watch the Chappelle Show growing up. I only ever heard the rep. I'm born in 93.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So when it comes on, like, I had cable and I didn't have cable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of like, I watched cartoons and shit like that. So I remember all the references in school, like, I'm rich, bitch. The kids that watched it and all that.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So remember all those on-demand channels that we had?
That's right. Yeah.
Music Choice, HBO, all that.
Video on demand, yeah.
Right. So I used to watch Bad Boys of Comedy, right? On demand.
Yeah.
Donnell Rollins had one of the breakout sets from Bad Boys of Comedy. So I remember watching his set on that. So I knew the name Donnell Rollins. I didn't know the name Ashley Larry. So now when Don B's like, yeah, come down to Laugh Lounge on Monday, Ashley Larry has a show. I'm like, okay. The show started at 8. I'm so young that I show up, I want to be punctual. So I show up like 2 hours early, right? So I show up in time for the open mic. So now when I get to the open mic, I meet people that will end up being like my friends for a very long time. People like, shout out Pudge Fernandez, Angel Gonzalez, Brian John, Chris DiStefano, people like that, right? And like, I go up and goes well, whatever. I come upstairs, Delilah, who used to own Laugh Lounge, she would make food. So I remember she had made peach cobbler or something like that, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm eating the peach cobbler, and I see a short dude, bald guy, sitting at the bar. I recognize him as Donnell Rollins. I still don't know that this is Ashy Larry. Yeah. So I just walk up to him like, hey, man, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah. He says, thanks, son, and shake his hand. I go on about my way. So now it's time for the show, right? And this is one of the first lessons I learned, right? Of like, so the show is about to start. They take all the people downstairs. Donnell comes up to me. He says, all right, I'm going to bring you up first, right? So now keep in mind, up until this point, I had always been able to choose when I could go on stage, right? I'd always been able to choose. So we talking about whether it was school, talent shows, the show that I'm telling you about that we did at Creole Lounge. They always like, when do you want to go up? So that's what I was used to, right? So because I was used to that, my response is like, oh man, I don't usually pick to go first. Like I usually pick second, right? Just so I can have something to riff off, like see what's going on in the room, whatever. And Donnell said this to me. I never forgot it. He was like, and he didn't mean no harm. He was right for this. He was like, you don't want to go first. All right, holler at me, ready to be a comedian. He turned, he walked off, right? So now, if you believe in fate, here's how God worked. Couldn't find nobody to go first, right? Nobody wanted to take the bullet spot on the show. So I remember him saying, he was standing in front of the little partition at Laugh Lounge where the person would take people's tickets. He's like, shit, I can't find nobody to go first. Dawn B was sitting at the bar. She had on like something like a Kango hat. She was like, Nico gonna go first. He's like, nigga said he don't want to go up first. So now I'm like, no, I'll go first, right? I go downstairs and I have a good set, right? I ain't killed. Right. I ain't have a great set. I had a good set. Right. Donnell Rollins put me up on that show every other week. Every other week I go up on that show, right? And even the weeks that I wouldn't go up, I would just sit there and watch because back where I lived, shit was crazy. Of like, we had a war going on outside. Of like, I would get calls like, hey, where you at? All right, stay there a little while longer. They shoot. You know what I mean? I'd be getting reports of friends getting shot, all that type of shit. So like,
you said this was the Bronx or Harlem?
This is Harlem.
That's Harlem at that time.
Yeah, it's Harlem at that time. So now it's like
the Bronx, man.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No, that's the Bronx today.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't our time. That's why I told you. I said not yet. It wasn't our time yet.
Yeah.
I know the timeline.
And these niggas gonna take me to the fucking take me to the Bronx.
Yeah.
All right.
So now it's like that dude again. So remember, like I said, Don B putting me in that area led me to meeting Donnell. Meeting Donnell put me on to Caroline's, right? These are all places that will end up being very big parts of my journey, right? When I first did Caroline's isn't here anymore, and that was one of my favorite clubs in the city. And when I first went there, it was mind-blowing because it was like, Donnell was like, yo, come do a guest spot for me at Caroline's, right? I probably hit that nigga up between the time he told me in that show probably 50 times. So finally, when he had to tell me like, yo, you got this, like you got it. You don't gotta keep hitting me up. Yeah. Like, I'll see you there, nigga. Damn. Right? Damn. And you don't get it until you grow as a comic and you get that. You know what I'm saying? Like the young kid that needs to over-confirm, right? So now, sure enough, I go to Caroline's. If you guys never been, when you get in there, the podium and all that is right downstairs. So you go down these long thing of stairs, and it's like a little restaurant right there, right? Okay. So now I had done comedy clubs, lounges, hood rooms, and all that. So I'm thinking that right here is where the show is going to happen, right? And there's a comedian named Mike Racine. Him and his wife worked there as like staff at the time. So shout out to Deb. I remember I walked up to her and I was like, hey, so where do they set up the stage? She's like, you're cute. Go in the back, go through the kitchen and make a left. That's the green room. I go through the back, go through the kitchen. I make a right to the showroom. That shit had 400 seats in there. I had never seen a venue that big, right?
Wow.
And Donnell is sold out. So the curtain is pulled back. I'm like, oh, shit. All these people. So I'm excited, but I'm nervous, right? There was a guy named Kenny. He was the manager there. So he ain't know me. It's fair enough. So when I go in the green, he was like, "Yo, excuse me, who are you?
What you here for?
What are you here for? What are you doing here? Blah blah blah." You know, I'm young. I'm dressed. I mean, I ain't never been the best dressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm dressed all dyslexic, fucking.
You did your best. You did your
slacks, hoodie. There's a comedian named Talent, OG. I remember one time I did his room, Broadway Lafayette, something like that. He was like, this nigga Nico dressed like a thug professional.
Thug professional. I used that one. I like that one. I like that.
It's ridiculous. Cool. This is before, like, I just started wearing clothes that fit me properly.
Right.
Like maybe 10, 12 years ago, right? So anyhow, he's like, you can't be in the green room. Comedians that are headlining, they can get to the club whenever they want to, right? So because I was doing the guest spot, you're usually supposed to go first. So it's like the host, then you for your couple minutes, then the feature, then the headliner. Because Kenny didn't know me, Robin Montague and Rob Cantrell were on the show. Robin Montague the host, Rob Cantrell the feature. So I ended up going up after the feature. And I held my own. I had a good set, right? And then on the next show, I killed it. But like, Caroline's ended up being like a hub for me, you know what I'm saying? And becoming a home. And I don't get that, you know what I'm saying, without that guy. So shout out to Donnell. He was one of those people that gave me, Donnell is the type to teach you without teaching, of like, he ain't gonna necessarily pull you aside and be deep with advice.
Right.
His whole thing was like, go hard or go home. And
It's like a tough love.
Yeah.
Scenario. Okay.
Oh, nah, that dude, I have nothing but the most respect for that guy. Like, you know, I don't get to see him often these days, but like nothing but the most respect. If you ever get a chance, go watch Neko White One Mic. That's a documentary we did when I was 17. He spoke in and whatnot. He said nice things. So that's my guy. Closest thing to a mentor I ever had.
That's what's up.
That's nice. That's what's up.
It's a hell of a mentor.
Yeah, and like I said,
mentor.
his advice is very simple: go hard or go home, and killing to solve all the problems.
Nice.
Killing to solve all the problems. And I've never been one to be like, I've been doing stand-up 18 years, right? And I've never overthought the time. You know what I'm saying? Of like, oh, well, it's been this long. Why isn't this that? When you give me this, I'ma give you that.
Gotcha.
And I think I've proven that. That special that you're talking about, Darkout.
Yeah.
Hey man,
The audio, it's
if I could sit back and pat myself on the back for anything, I truly believe this. This ain't no ego. Fuck that. This is in a time when doing live shows was illegal. I stood in a room with nothing but a microphone and the jokes I had at the time, and I gave it to nobody. There was nobody in the room with me except my director and the man behind the camera, homeless pimp and New York video guy. It was just us. I did my set the way that I would do it if I was in front of people. Right? Yeah. I feel like if you go back and you watch Darkout, even right now, it still holds up and it's deep. Like that as far as specials go, that's my soul bleed right there.
Right.
Like, I let it rip. If you know how to listen, you can learn a lot about me if you
listen intently.
If you watch Darkout.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of shit that was in there that's still very much relevant now. But like the fact that I was able to do that, and then the struggle of not being able to get publicity for it, not being able to get, like when I reached out to the people at New York Times to be like, hey, can you review this for me? Because like sometimes you got to get smacked by the process to realize nobody's above it. So I'm not telling this story with any malice. I'm not telling the story with any anger. It's just what happened. So now we in 2020, right? We were supposed to do a Netflix special that year, right? So shout out to Pete Davidson, it's my guy. And I remember he called me, right? I'm sitting at Staples and I had a bill that was probably $600 for something, right? And I just so happened to get a check from a project I did. It was probably $1,000, right? So I forget what I went to Staples for. I needed to print something out, right? So I go to Staples to print something out. I get a call. It's Pete. It's like, yo, what you doing on whatever date, right? I'm like, shit, I'm around, man. He's like, well, look, Netflix is giving me a chance to showcase 5 comedians that I love. And, you one of the first people I thought of. You want to do it?
Of course.
Hey, my nigga. Hey, brother. Listen to me, bro. I still feel like this of like, I think I'm a dope comic. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm a deeply dope stand-up comedian. And I go, I think all I need is the chance, right? You give me that chance and you let me do the thing, I feel like I'm going to do the thing.
Right.
When I get really, really happy, I laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to cry and shit.
Right.
I feel you.
And
as you could see from the intro when he started making jokes.
Yeah.
See, he was happy.
Yeah. So, and Pete, what I appreciate about him is like, he's the first of all of us to like, make it.
Right.
Right? Like, make it. And we met when we were 17. Yeah, we met when we were 17. I'm older than him by 6 months. So we had a group called the Little Rascals of Comedy back then, right? We used to go out to Staten Island and all that shit. He's always been super cool, right? So to see him do what he did, right? And the fact that he called me with that opportunity, that meant a lot to me.
Right.
So I'm on 125th Street. I walk out that Staples, nigga. I ain't cry because I don't do that. But people had to think I was crazy because I'm laughing like Frieza, nigga, in Dragon Ball Z. Like, you remember when he sent the ball to kill the Saiyans? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yo, that's me. Like, pure.
You just thought you was criminal or some shit. Like,
bro.
what the fuck?
Oh no, I'm telling you, people thought I was batshit crazy.
Yeah.
They was like, who is this mental
It was like the
patient?
Joker's laughing gas.
They're like, no, it's fit in.
My laugh is maniacal any goddamn way. I sound like a supervillain.
Oh fuck.
So it's like, but I was so happy that chance came from that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't come from nothing contrived. I didn't have to do anything
It was organic.
but be me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This wasn't nothing out of left field. This isn't an opportunity that I'm not prepared for. You know what I mean? And the fact that you thought of me for this project, that meant a lot to me, right? So I'm walking down the block. I'm telling you, yeah, this shit was crazy. I was very, 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 very touched, right? So now that's in the last quarter of 2019. I find out we're going to do that. So now, October, I just so happened to record an album, right? And I don't know that I'm recording an album. We do a show for I do a headliner show at New York Comedy Club in October 2019. And I felt really, really, really special about that hour, right? And now we supposed to record in March or April of, I think it was April of 2020. Netflix is a Joke Festival, the very first one, the inaugural one. So now, 2020 start. I got that coming up, right? We go through January, smooth, real good. We go through February, cool. March comes. March comes, and we're about 20-something days from... All right, you wanted to talk. We about 20-something days from the biggest payday I'd ever have in my life up to that point, right? And then when you consider like, at that time I had already been headlining on the road a little bit. I had some road headlining dates coming up. I had some colleges coming up. I got this coming up. And like, this is what I could get in a couple of months, right? You know what I'm saying? In a night. So it's like, if I can get to here, even if like before we know the pandemic's gonna end shit, even if I could just get to this,
I'm good.
Before shit go down, I'm good. Right? So now, bro, right? Now, I remember I think I just paid the rent. I just did my taxes for that year, right? The fucking news dropped. Everything is shut down indefinitely.
Especially here in New York, it was
nigga. You go, why me? And I had never felt that before. You know what I'm saying? Because like I told you, I've seen a whole bunch of shit.
It's like it was stripped from you.
Right. But it felt personal though.
Exactly.
And it ain't.
And not right.
But it felt personal because you go, who would author such a story? It's a dark joke that I would write.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
There's no way.
There's no way this is really happening. There's no fucking way. So now, sure enough, we get to when my birthday is about to come up. So remember that thing I told you I did in October.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, we can't do nothing. I need something to do. You know what I'm saying? I took that hour and I turned it into an album. It's called Marcellus. And in my opinion, I've put out 3 joints already. So I got Neko White introducing me my very, very first special, right? Ever. Well, I was 21 when we did that, right? It never had even if you look at it now, it don't got the views that it should because I ended up taking it down for some years when it was an album and a special that you could buy on payloads and all that shit. We tried to sell it to Netflix and all that back when Netflix was still like young. And we couldn't. And then I re-uploaded it back to YouTube, right? So, and then I just stopped promoting it because I tried to make it an album, but somehow my goddamn cover got fucked up and it looked like, you remember Channel 59 when it was like all the colors in stripes?
Yep.
Somehow that's how my album cover got done. And TuneCore was like, oh, well, we can't change it or update it or whatever, right?
Right.
So now that's my first one. Marcellus is my second one, right? And Darkout is my most recent one. Then you got, the shorter sets like the Gotham Comedy Live. Pete Davidson presents The Best Friends on Netflix.
Right.
Marcellus, if you go and you listen to that hour, that's probably the tightest hour I have available. Even though I would say introduce me like as far as like just fun, joke, blah, blah, blah. That's if you want to see the beginning of the kind of comic I'm about to become, that's what you watch for that. But when you want to see that young comic become this professional comic, Marcellus, I got some heat on that shit, right? Me 3, Misandrous, probably my favorite bit off of it. But I got some shit. If we ever did a comedy versus, you getting 4 or 5 tracks from Marcellus, and and I'm going upside your head, right? But Darkout, I re-recorded that on my comedy anniversary that year, 2020, because 2020 would be, I started in 07, so that was my 13th year, right? So now, I was so sad that we didn't get to do the shit that we were supposed to do. That, I was pissed. I was pissed, right? And then not performing, I don't know what that's like.
Right.
The longest I had ever been on stage before then, I had the flu once, and I didn't do stand-up for a week. And I felt sicker not doing stand-up for a week.
Right.
Now, you have this 90-day shit. Barbers are closed. My hair is this big. My beard can't connect, but the shit is growing out sideways.
like a Frederick Douglass.
Yeah. Nigga, I was like Trey Young minus the bald spot at the end of his Atlanta shit. So now, I remember I saw a Lil Wayne thing, and Lil Wayne was in the studio by himself just doing his shit, right? And I was like, well, why I can't do that with comedy? So I reached out to my friend Kyle, and he didn't get it, right? And I was like, oh, I know I got something. Because I reached out to somebody, he didn't get it. I reached out to Mike Lavin, the homeless pimp, and he was down to do it, right? So I started all this to tell you the thing with the New York Times. So we do the special, and when you see Darkout, this is why it's so cool to me, right? Like I said, I'm not just patting myself on the back. This is why it's cool to me. When we got there, we shot it 2 different ways. I did maybe 3 hours, right? None of the hours are the same. For the life of me, I could not put pen to pad on the order that I wanted to do jokes in. I couldn't figure out which jokes I wanted to do. I didn't know how the fuck we were going to do this. So the first 2 takes that we did, I'm actually holding a standard microphone, right? And I'm walking around the place, blah, blah. And again, it's just me.
There's no one there, right?
There's no one there. But see, even that come from a place. Back when I was doing Laugh Lounge was a club that didn't always have people in it, right? But I used to always practice my material just so I can get my timing down.
Right.
Donnell Rollins had asked me one day, how much time can you do naked? And what he meant by that is how much time can you do when the crowd isn't fucking with you?
Right.
For how many minutes can you be a professional comedian? Because it's easy to do a lot of minutes when the crowd like you, right? But how much time can you do when they don't? What he didn't know is that I was training like that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was in the house, we had a little radio. I went and I bought a microphone, right? That I could plug into the radio. I just be in my room, just doing my shit. You know what I'm saying? Just so I could see how much time I had.
Right.
So I was always on that. That seed ended up becoming how I can even do something like Darkout.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know that I'm working on that when I'm
And it's at the same time simultaneously.
15, 16 in Laugh Lounge when they cancel the show. And I'm like, well, shit, I done been here for so many hours. Let me at least get downstairs and,
right.
do that while y'all having drinks up here. You know what I mean? So now we get there and they set up the regular microphone. I do the first hour, do the second hour. They're not the same. Now they set up the Frank Sinatra style microphone, right? We put up a black backdrop and they set up the cameras. I take the deep breath. We start. This flowed. And we got what we got. And we shot Darkout. Like what you guys see as the final product.
Right.
That was one take. There's one take. And it's originally, the original audio of that is like an hour 20 something, I think. And then we cut it down to like an hour and change. Like I said, that's my soul bleed of like, I just let it go. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of heart in that special.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I felt so strongly about that product that I really tried to push it because the one thing I've never really gotten was the publicity, right? That I feel like certain works deserve, right? When I did Introducing Me, I was too young to really know how to promote it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go and you look on my Facebook and you look at my cover photos, you'll see I was making that shit on Microsoft Word.
Right.
You dig what I'm talking about?
Right.
I used to write my own business cards on index cards. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, for Darkout, I remember I reached out, I found the guy that does reviews for specials for the New York Times, right? Now, keep in mind the context. It's 2020. Nothing's being filmed. Nothing's really coming out.
Right.
Right? The rules exist, but they also don't.
Mm-hmm.
So when I reach out to the guy, I'm like, hey, man, I dropped it already. It dropped in December. Right? But if you could review this, it could really mean a lot for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember the man said back to me, yeah, I don't review things that have come out already. I only review stuff that is going to release, right? And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Wanna know the part that hurt? He ended up reviewing a special that was a deluxe version of a special that had already come out. Chris Rock Tambourine, the deluxe version.
That was the last thing.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go there because that's one of my goals,
No, of course.
right? And
Stand up was the best one. I can
you can say what you want. I gotta see that, man. You ain't gonna get me slapped.
Opinions of me only.
You ain't gonna get me slapped by one of my heroes.
Well, that's Will Smith though. He wouldn't do it.
Hey, big dog. I ain't insert none of my opinions to that. That was that heavy nigga. Okay, I ain't say nothing. But imagine the pain that I felt when I'm like, so wait, you don't review specials that have come out already, but you reviewing a deluxe version of some shit that came out a year ago. Now, of course we know the big dog gets the bone. We know that.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But to this day, I don't like that.
Uh-huh.
To this day, that one still hurt.
That's messed up.
Like that guy, like family, and like I said, I'm not telling that story with no malice. Like it is what it is.
Right.
But I would love to sit down and have a drink with you to tell you to your face how much I dislike that, even though I understand. I understand the message.
Of course.
I know why it happened. Nobody's above the process, especially me. But
especially during that time.
because it's like, it would have meant the world to me. Matter of fact, if you ever hear this, you can even go back now and review it. I'd appreciate that.
Right. Right. Make it right.
Never too late.
Yeah,
Make it right.
I mean, it would literally mean the world. It's like certain shit ain't even just for me. Like I'd send that to my moms and shit, bro.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
Speaking of which, give me 1 second. Hello, I'm on the pod right now. I got you. You all right though? All right, I got you. Later now. So it's one of those things where it's like, it really would have just meant a lot. And it could have helped me, not saying that it didn't help the big dog that you rode on, but you really, really, really could have helped the talent that's emerging.
Right.
You know,
a way bigger effect on you.
But now I say that, right? Because you always talk about things that somebody didn't do. Got to shout out some people that did do something. There's a publication called the Interrobang, right? It's in comparison to New York Times, it's very small. But shout out to them because they did list me in their top whatever of comics that changed comedy that year. You know what I'm saying? And again, that meant a lot.
Right.
Do I think it changed comedy? I don't know, but I do know that if you wanted something that's actually different and not the weird different.
Right.
Not the weird different, because there's a lot of weird different. And don't compare my special that don't got no audience to no other special that don't got no audience. Right. It's not that. But of like, I think we made a good different. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And something that if you watch it, you can sick your teeth in. You'll feel it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll feel it. So I'm still really proud of that special. You know what I mean? And so far anyway, I think that was the most creative thing I've ever done.
Right.
So shout out to everybody involved with that.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to part 1. Stay tuned next week for part 2.
I told you we'd be here. For a
yeah,
minute.
he did.
I told you that.
So we're gonna break this thing up.
He tried to tell me-
2 episodes.
He tried to tell me, "Oh yeah,
And,
man, I'm gonna set it up for an hour." I said, "Amir, I'm gonna talk more than that."
Yeah, that's why we're here till 5.
Yeah, okay, bet.
Yeah,
Okay,
we-
gotcha. and keep that part in so people can know.
Yeah, we're here till 5. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this week's part 1. We have part 2 next week. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Please
Give us
subscribe.
5 stars. Or 1 because Mike gets upset.
1 of 5. Don't give us no 3 stars. It's not
Come on,
mid.
do
It's one or the
something.
other. Make
With
up
your
your
fucking
mind.
mother's Wi-Fi. Do some shit.
Make up your mind, please.
Damn,
Damn.
man.
Yeah.
And if you like me, follow me on everything at Neko White 93. That's at NEKO WHITE 93. Go watch the things that I mentioned today. Go watch
We'll also put it in the show notes. And
Okay, bet.
description and stuff like that.